Hello. So today is the 8th. As you can see, I wrote my thing today. The 81st Golden Globes were last night, so I have some thoughts, as would be expected. First, I do want to just talk about the movies. Oppenheimer and Poor Things. I think they fully deserve the Best Picture wins. I would have liked Past Lives and May December to have won, but at the end of the day, I think Oppenheimer and Poor Things were really good choices. I'm also very glad Boy and the Heron won Best Animated, because if Wish won, I would have rioted. Um, I'm very annoyed though that Past Lives is listed as like a foreign film, or they call it a non-English film, but the whole movie is about, well, the whole movie, yeah, there's foreign language in the film, but it's like half English, and the whole movie takes place basically in New York. So the fact that they're calling that a foreign film, I think speaks volumes to why we shouldn't expect much from the Golden Globes. I am very glad Lily Gladstone won, because she's the first Indigenous winner, and she was absolutely amazing in Killers of the Flower Moon. Same with Giamatti, Emma Stone, Cillian Murphy. I do think Charles Melton deserved the award over Robert Downey Jr., but I love Robert Downey Jr., and he was great in Oppenheimer. It's for the TV, Succession, The Bear, and Beef sweeping basically all the awards was the best thing ever. I think all those shows are the best of the year, especially The Bear. Io Edebiri winning was one of the greatest moments ever. She's probably like the biggest rising talent, I think, in Hollywood, and absolutely amazing. She's just so happy for her. But Jo Koy, we have to talk about Jo Koy. It's a great day hearing that he has fallen, because I've never been a fan of Jo Koy. I've known of Jo Koy. I've seen parts of his specials, and I've always hated him, to be honest. I've always thought he's the most annoying, I just don't like him. But his monologues sucked. His hosting, I think, reflects how his lack of skill of a comedian, because there's one point in the show where he obviously he was getting no reaction. There's points in the show where you can tell that they're adding laughter in, because you look, there'll be like lots of laughter, and you look and everyone in the audience is just staring dead-faced at him, because his jokes were horrible. They were misogynistic at points. The Barbie jokes were really gross, proved like literally what the movie's talking about in Barbie. He's doing, like he's saying the things that shouldn't be said, and then he starts saying like, oh, I only had 2 weeks to prepare, like give me a break, this monologue's not going to be great. And it's like, that's your job, like you were a comedian, you should be able to like take responsibility. And he also throws his writers under the bus. He's like, oh, because everyone knows, like, you know, if you're hosting, you're not writing those jokes, all of them. Like the Golden Globes are writing them. They hire writers. It's not just one person just riffing. But I mean, you've seen with Ricky Gervais, a lot of times they still will say their own jokes. You know, they're not gonna, once you're on stage, you decide what you say and what you don't say. And when halfway through the show, he's like, oh, well, you know, the jokes you're not laughing at, the writers wrote those, and the jokes you are laughing at, those are the ones I wrote. But like, first of all, take accountability. You're saying the jokes. You're the one, they wrote the jokes for you to say under your style of humor. And second of all, after the writer's strike, you're really going to throw the writers under the bus. Like, I just think it shows, like, he's tone deaf, and he lacks maturity. I mean, he showed up on Good Morning America today, and he still isn't really taking any responsibility. He said it was an off day, which in any other job, you can't just have an off day at the biggest night of the year and act like that's going to solve everything. But basically, yeah, so those are my thoughts on the Golden Globes and my happiness at Jo Koy's demise. But like, I mean, unless like something crazy happens to him, I have to like take this back. But overall, very happy with all the awards that won, and very happy that the whole world now hates Jo Koy as much as I always have. So